Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flix, where every night is Fright Night. After reviewing Hitchcock's original Psycho in my last video, I thought it'd be fitting to follow it up with its infamous 1998 remake. Directed by Gus Van Sant and starring Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates and Heche as Marion Crane, with Julianne Moore, Viggo Mortensen and William H. Macy rounding out the supporting cast, this version is a near shot-to-shot remake that reuses the original script and Bernard Herrmann's iconic score. When it was released, the film was slammed by critics and flopped at the box office. Today, it's often ranked amongst the worst remakes of all time. That said, Anne Heche's performance and Christopher Doyle's cinematography did get some praise, showing that there were at least a few bright spots in an otherwise baffling project. I watched this remake a few times over the years, mostly out of curiosity to see Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates, which, let's be honest, feels like a miscast on paper. So, after revisiting it yet again, here are my thoughts on Gus Van Sant's Psycho 1998 and whether it deserves its reputation as one of horror's biggest misfires. Since they used the same script, there's nothing new here. Just a repeat of the same story told in 1960. That means there are no fresh stakes or reason to care about these characters because we already know what's exactly going to happen. Only this time, it's now in colour instead of black and white.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Christopher Doyle is one of my favourite cinematographers. I love his work on Hero and the films of one kar-wai. But he does seem to get attracted to some pretty rough Hollywood projects. To his credit, his work here makes the film look beautiful, and I like how he tries to frame things a bit differently than the original. But honestly, I don't think the story works well in colour. Hitchcock shot it in black and white for a reason. It adds much to the atmosphere and tension, which this film seems to lose.
Not a great plan.
I have nothing against the cast for being in this film. The late Anne Heche was convincing as this version of Marion, and I thought Julianne Moore, Viggo Mortensen and William H. Macy were solid too. But as Vince Vaughn just feels completely miscast. I don't see him as an actor who could pull off a character this complex. If I had to recast Norman, I would have gone with Joaquin Phoenix. He was just starting out around this time. And think about it. Phoenix has the range to handle Norman's layered personality. He would have made that final showdown way more compelling, if you know you know.
Now I can't get it out of my head!
While I like that they use the original score, they play at the wrong moments. In some scene, the score is too loud so you can't hear the actors properly, especially in the scene where the doctor analyses Norman. In Hitchcock's version, the music is placed perfectly to height tension and each moment. Here it just feels random and sloppy.
Weird.
I have nothing against Gus Van Sant. Good Will Hunting is one of my favourites, but I don't think he should have took on a project like this. He's a good director, but he doesn't share the same traits or skills that Hitchcock did.
How dare you stand where he stood?
I'm not saying this film shouldn't have been made at all, but if it was to happen, somebody more suited to the horror genre like Fincher would have made more sense. But Gus wanted to make this film so nobody else would. Before I share you my final thoughts on the Psycho remake, I just want to remind you guys to hit that like button, subscribe to Fright Night Flix and follow us on social media so you don't miss a single scare. What did you think to the Psycho remake? Do you agree with me or do you see it differently? Please let me know in the comments down below and I'll get right back to this review.
That was impressively cunty.
Overall, the 1998 Psycho is well shot and well acted in places, but the fact it's a shot-for-shot remake makes it feel like a failed gimmick. The lack of originality, Vince Vaughn's miscasting, and the oddly placed music cues make this feel poorly made. Honestly, if Christopher Doyle hadn't shot it and Anne Heche didn't play Marion, this film would have been worse.
I've had better.
Is it the worst remake ever? Maybe not by a landslide, but I still can't excuse it for being a shoddy copy of something they must have known going in was going to be a failure from the start.
You ruined everything!
I'm giving the Psycho remake a rating of a 3 out of 10 and a 1.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you all for watching today's video. Check out the Psycho remake and form me an opinion. And if you're new here, please make sure you check out all my past videos, including my review of the original Psycho that I did 2 days ago. I'll be back soon to talk about the 90s classic I Know What You Did Last Summer. But until then, stay spooky.